Hey, what's going on, 499 fans, Florida football fans? It's your boy MusiqNerd, and I'm here with my keys to the Syracuse game this weekend. So, Miami is up to number 6 in the college football rankings. That is good news. They moved ahead of a couple of the 3 loss teams. I think they're only behind right now is Georgia and Notre Dame. So no, actually they're ahead of Georgia. I'm sorry, ahead of Georgia, and only behind Notre Dame as far as 1 loss teams and Penn State and Ohio State. So that's good when it comes down to it. That means there's getting a little bit of credit. We have to see, but I mean, I still think the mission remains the same. I know there are some people saying that there is a way for the ACC to get multiple teams in, including Miami, if Miami wins this weekend and loses the ACC championship game. I don't see it that way. I think that we've come to kind of expect it. There is a bias when it comes to Miami, and if you don't see it, then look no further than the award finalists this year. Miami, Cam Ward is the only major award finalist for a team that has the number one offense in the country, scores the most points in the country. Their kicker, even though he's only missed 1 kick all season, hasn't missed a kick in almost 2 months, was not a Groza Award finalist. The wide receiver, the best wide receiver, is only a few yards short of 1,000. Though, to be fair, everyone who has a Biletnikoff finalist is a 1,000-yard receiver. Was not a finalist. And then you have Cam Ward, who wasn't a finalist for the Maxwell Award, even though he has the highest QBR of any quarterback in the nation. So for it, you can see it. There's a bias already built in. Nothing is going to be given to this team. This team has got to earn it, and I think they have to use that to their advantage when it comes to these games that are left. So basically, you have a path ahead of you. Beat Syracuse, and then beat SMU, and then you're into the playoff. And I think that's the only way that Miami gets in. So, first key. The only major QB category that Cam Ward does not lead the nation in is yards. It's because his opponent this weekend, Kyle McCord, leads in yards. So, defensive line has got to get home and get some sacks and disrupt this quick passing game. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for Miami. And one crazy tidbit that has happened because of the Wake Forest game, Miami is now back to being the number one total defense in the ACC, which they held for a few weeks earlier in the season before we got into ACC play. But take that with a grain of salt. Miami has been wildly inconsistent at best on defense. So what we're hoping is you want to hope that you're getting more of the Wake Forest defense than, say, the defense that you got against Cal or Louisville or Georgia Tech. So that's what you're hoping for. And for that happen, you have to create pressure. It's not necessarily always getting sacks, but it's disrupting Kyle McCord's rhythm. I feel is going to be very, very important in this game because if you can disrupt his rhythm, get him to throw off balance, then you go to the second key. Be opportunistic. You have to force turnovers in this game. It is an absolute must that Miami wins the turnover battle in this game or breaks even. I think if they break even, I think Miami has enough talent to win this game on offensive guys, but we'll get to that in a little bit. I think if Miami's opportunistic as they were with the Wake Forest, they're able to force another 2 or 3 turnovers. They will be able to win this game. And that part of that is being in alignment, communicating like they were after that first drive against Wake Forest. You see it that first couple drives, the lack of communication again. Then Misha Powell makes a big play, and then all of a sudden, the communication's right there. Sometimes big players need to make big plays for things to click, and it clicked. So that's what I'm expecting from this team. They need to step up and get to it. So the last key, I think, in this game is offensive execution again. Cam being patient, as I think he was at times in the Wake Forest games. There were twice I felt he was impatient, and once it was an interception, and twice cost him a touchdown because Mark Fletcher was open in the flat. Instead of getting it to Mark Fletcher, who had a wide open lane in front of him to the end zone, he waited and waited for someone to get open, and nothing happened. And, he threw across his body almost to an interception. Then, of course, when the tight end screen got blown up, kind of did a little flip across his body to Arroyo, and it got intercepted because the play was dead. There are times when it's not the wrong play to kind of eat the ball and throw it in the dirt at someone's feet if you can't get it. But Cam Ward is so competitive. He's so willing. He wants to make the play. And also, I think, in a way, because of the way the defense is played, he's also got to be like, look, I got to score every time I get the ball. I think he puts a little bit more pressure on himself. I think as the game went on, I think what happened during that lull that Miami had, I think that he saw that he didn't have to do that. That he kept keeping the ball out of harm's way is what was best for the defense and the team. So I think he's going to learn from that. I do think he's going to have a great game because this Syracuse defense is not very good in the back end. In my opinion, I think he can absolutely threaten for another 400 yard, 4 touchdown game. But when it comes down to it, I would rather see this team run the ball, control the clock, a little bit more in this game, get as many, have the ball for as long as possible, score as many points as possible, but minimize the time that Syracuse has with the ball when it comes to their passing attack. So I know that that's usually what teams are going to do against us, but I think that's what's going to really get it done, because in the grand scheme of things, only thing that matters, and I think the only thing that matters to Cam Ward and anyone else on this team, is that Miami wins and punches their ticket to Charlotte. So that's really all that matters in this time. That's what is in front of this team. I talked a little bit about great teams facing crossroads when it comes down to it, facing games and goals that they have. So this is the goal that you have. This is the path that you have. You have to win this game. You have to beat SMU to get to college football playoffs. So how are you going to respond? They responded well last week. They still got 2 more chances to respond, in my opinion. They gotta finish it this week. So if they don't finish it this week, it doesn't matter what happens. So now, don't get me wrong, 10 wins is special. That hasn't happened a lot for this squad and for this team. And look at it. Our biggest rival right now might be thinking about their 10th loss, so that puts things in perspective. So let's get down to it. Miami's going out for their 11th win. Hopefully they can get it done, and Miami can push their ticket to the ACC championship game. So, and then hopefully we'll be talking to y'all. Hopefully we'll be having a podcast later on this week. Thank y'all so much for the support. Thank y'all so much. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy your time with your family. We love y'all. Hopefully we'll see y'all soon. Y'all have a good one. Happy Thanksgiving again. Bye.